fellow gardeners. We're here today to demonstrate a couple of different ways of planting tomato plants in your garden bed. For one thing, we have a plant that was started in a commercial nursery that is maybe already a month or a month and a half old, and so it gives you a head start when you use a plant like this. When you start them from seed, it takes quite a while for them to get to this stage. We're going to show you how to plant them deeper than where this soil line is here in the pot, because tomatoes are very unique. They start to develop roots all along the stem that is below the soil. So what we need to do though is take off the leaves that are going to be below the soil, and they can be composted. So you end up with just a couple of good sized leaves and the growing tip, of course. Let's see if this hole is deep enough for this plant. Yeah, I think it's going to be just right. And this is the time to put in fertilizer and lime. So we're going to give it a good dose of lime and kind of mix it up a little bit. And take the plant out very carefully by turning the pot upside down so that we don't break any roots. And we're going to put it right down in here so that these leaves are just barely above the ground level. And backfill. And not too much pressure, just a little bit of tender love. And then we give it a drink. And next we're going to talk about how to stake up a tomato. There are lots of commercial products available. This is a very nice one, and it just gets jabbed in the ground, and the plant will come up and you can tie it off against the sides. You can make your own with just plain old fencing wire and just set it over the plant. Or you can put a stake in the ground and tie the tomato to it. There's lots of ways of treating that. And of course we want to put the tag in. This one is a Roma tomato. Romas are a paste tomato that does not grow and grow and grow. It's called determinate. And determinate means that it decides when to stop growing height-wise. It'll bush out some. Now, indeterminate tomatoes keep growing. They can get 6, 7, 8 feet tall if they're happy. But a determinate plant will just kind of produce in a big flush of fruit, and then it'll be done for the year. The next project here is to demonstrate the trench method. And what we have here is an indeterminate plant called Early Girl, one of my favorites. And when you have a bed that's not really deep enough to go very far down, you can actually lay the plant on its side and just have the tip showing above the dirt. And then the roots will form all along the stem to give the plant an opportunity to gather more nutrients and water. So let's see how that's going to go. We can lay it down and of course take off the leaves that are going to be below the soil level. I think that's probably enough. Measure if this is deep enough. Yes, it is. Turn it upside down very carefully. Oh, I forgot. Lime and fertilizer. Work it in a little bit and then lay the plant down into the trench. Backfill very carefully so that you don't end up breaking the stem. This is one of the risks. But if you support it adequately, it won't break. And there we go. Now we have a little drink, and that's it for the tomatoes.
You'll want to support that plant too, won't you?
Yes, this can be supported in the same way with a cage or a stake or anything that you want to put it to give it support for the year.